Welcome, history lovers. Today we embark on an incredible journey back over 2,700 years to explore the earliest days of Rome, a city that would one day dominate the Mediterranean and shape the course of history. This is the story of the Roman monarchy, from its legendary founder Romulus to its last king Tarquin the Proud. We'll uncover myths, dive into archaeological evidence, and explore the society, daily life, and culture of early Rome. So, settle in, and let's travel to a time when kings ruled, legends were born, and the foundations of civilization were being laid. Before Rome became a republic, the city was a monarchy, a cluster of hilltop settlements along the Tiber River, gradually coalescing into a unified city. Archaeological excavations on the Palatine Hill reveal that by the 8th century BCE, people were already building huts, fortifications, and communal spaces. Pottery shards, stone foundations, and primitive roads give us a glimpse into a city in its infancy, where survival, labor, and ritual were intertwined. The first king, Romulus, is not just a figure of myth but a symbol of Rome's earliest values. He established the Senate, a council of elders that would guide the city, and set up the social hierarchy dividing patricians, the noble families, from plebeians, the common people. While the famous story of Romulus and his brother Remus being raised by a she-wolf may be symbolic, it reflects the harsh realities of leadership, survival, and the founding of a city. Romulus also faced a pressing problem. The city needed women to grow. The abduction of the Sabine women, whether literal or allegorical, symbolizes the integration of neighboring communities and the merging of tribes, a crucial step in the creation of Rome as a unified city-state. Romulus's reign was characterized by both warfare and city-building. Early Rome had to assert itself against neighboring tribes, defend its territories, and maintain order within. Archaeological evidence of early fortifications and weapons suggests that these legendary conflicts may have roots in real struggles for survival. Romulus's legacy laid the groundwork for Rome's civic structures, military organization, and cultural identity. Following Romulus, Numa Pompilius, the second king, took a very different approach. He was a man of peace, spirituality, and law. Numa codified religious rituals, established the Vestal Virgins, and organized festivals that would guide the rhythm of Roman civic life for centuries. He also reformed the calendar and created sacred spaces that linked the city's people to the divine. Archaeological studies of early temples, altars, and ritual objects show the influence of Etruscan practices, revealing how Rome adopted, adapted, and transformed neighboring cultures' innovations. Through Numa, we see early Rome balancing the need for spiritual legitimacy with the practical demands of governance. Tullus Hostilius, the third king, returned Rome to the path of militarism. A warrior king, he sought to expand Rome's influence through conquest, famously destroying Alba Longa and incorporating its people into Rome. Evidence of early fortifications and battle implements suggests that these wars were not mere legend, but part of Rome's strategy to consolidate territory. Hostilius demonstrates that even in these formative years, Rome's leaders understood the connection between military strength and political authority. Ancus Marcius, the fourth king, was a builder and administrator. He expanded Rome's infrastructure, including roads and bridges, and established the port at Ostia, connecting the city to trade routes and maritime networks. Excavations along the Tiber confirm early engineering projects and urban planning. Ancus exemplifies Rome's ability to balance expansion, defense, and commerce, a theme that would continue throughout the city's history. Tarquinius Priscus, the fifth king and an Etruscan by origin, brought a wave of innovation to Rome. Skilled in administration and architecture, he oversaw the construction of Rome's first major temples, drainage systems, and the Circus Maximus. His reign illustrates the profound influence of Etruscan civilization on early Rome. The Etruscans introduced architectural techniques, urban planning concepts, and religious rituals that Romans adopted and adapted, blending them with local traditions to create a uniquely Roman culture. Archaeological evidence supports these accounts. Temple foundations, monumental structures, and urban layouts point to Etruscan expertise at work. Servius Tullius, the sixth king, further strengthened Rome's institutions. He reorganized citizens into classes based on wealth, implemented early census practices, and constructed the Servian Wall, providing the city with enhanced defenses. His reforms illustrate the evolving complexity of Roman governance and society. Excavations reveal defensive walls, ceremonial areas, and domestic structures, showing a city increasingly conscious of both internal order and external threats. Finally, Tarquinius Superbus, the seventh and last king, is remembered for his ambition and tyranny. His reign ended in scandal, leading to the establishment of the Roman Republic. Yet his contributions to Rome's development cannot be ignored. He completed major construction projects, strengthened fortifications, and left a legacy of both cautionary tales and tangible infrastructure. Archaeology corroborates the continued growth and urbanization of Rome under his rule. Life during the monarchy was defined by labor, ritual, and social hierarchy. Families were patriarchal, with the paterfamilias controlling property, legal matters, and religious duties. Women managed domestic life, oversaw agricultural work, and maintained the household. Children learned practical skills and, in the case of boys, early military training. Nutrition relied on grains, legumes, olives, and seasonal produce, with meat supplementing the diet. Archaeological findings, including pottery, hearths, and tools, provide vivid insight into everyday life. Religion permeated all aspects of life. Early Romans believed that the gods determined success in war, harvest, and governance. Rituals, festivals, and sacred spaces reinforced social cohesion. The influence of the Etruscans enriched Roman religious practices, introducing augury, elaborate ceremonies, and temple architecture. By blending native traditions with Etruscan innovations, Rome developed a distinctive cultural identity that would endure for centuries. Trade and economic activity began to flourish along the Tiber. Imported pottery, bronze tools, and luxury goods from Etruria and beyond indicate that Rome was connected to broader Mediterranean networks. This early engagement with trade fostered economic growth, social stratification, and exposure to ideas that would shape Roman law, culture, and military organization. The monarchy was not only a time of kings and legends, but also of civic formation. Each king contributed to Rome's evolving identity: Romulus as founder and warrior, Numa as spiritual and legal reformer, Tullus as conqueror, Ancus as builder, Tarquinius Priscus and Servius as innovators and administrators, and Tarquinius Superbus as the cautionary figure whose tyranny led to the birth of the Republic. Together, their reigns illustrate the delicate balance between myth, governance, and practical city building. Imagine walking through early Rome. The Palatine Hill dotted with huts, smoke rising from hearths, priests performing rituals at altars, craftsmen forging tools, soldiers training for the defense of the city, children learning trades and farming, merchants arriving along the Tiber with goods from distant lands. The city is alive, a blend of legend, labor, devotion, and innovation. Archaeology confirms much of what these stories suggest: foundations of temples, remnants of defensive walls, and evidence of early infrastructure reveal a city growing in complexity. Artifacts reflect daily life, trade, and cultural exchange. Together, legend and material evidence allow us to reconstruct a vivid picture of Rome before the Republic. As we look back on the Roman monarchy, we see the interplay of myth and reality, ambition and duty, ritual and governance. These early kings established institutions, social structures, and cultural norms that would endure for centuries. Rome's growth from hilltop settlements to a unified city-state laid the groundwork for the Republic, and eventually, the Empire. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the earliest days of Rome. If you enjoyed exploring the reigns of Rome's legendary kings, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss future episodes. In our next video, we'll dive into the daily lives, culture, and traditions of the Roman people during the monarchy, uncovering how ordinary citizens lived, worked, and celebrated in the shadows of kings and legends. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit the bell icon to stay updated. Until then, keep exploring, because history always has more incredible stories waiting to be uncovered.